Okay, so when you log in, you always come to the calendar, but I want to get started by showing you the user section. So there's 3 levels of users. Administrator. So when you start a trial, you're going to be the administrator. That means you create user accounts and set permission on what each user is able to do when they're logged in. You can have multiple admins, but they do count towards your user allocation. The next level down is team member. So if you've got someone in your company that you don't want to give full admin access to, you make them a team member, and you can manage their account as well and sort of oversee their accounts, decide which social networks they're allowed to have access to, and you can even set up an automatic workflow so you can improve all their content before it goes live. So this might be good for an intern, for example. The last level is a client. So mainly used if you're an agency managing multiple clients, or you're a brand, so your company has several brands and you want to separate your brands out into separate dashboards. And again, you can have workflow between client and agency. Once you are set up, we recommend that you add the social profiles to your user account. If you're an agency, you switch into that client account and add the social profiles just to their client account. That way there'll be an audit trail to show whether you're done the posting or your client logs in themselves and does the posting. Okay, just switch back to my own account. Next step is just going to show you how to add the social profiles into Sendible. Click add profiles, and then we should give you a little step-by-step guide on how to do it. So for Facebook, you have to be admin of a Facebook page or group to be able to set it up. Just click setup and then follow the step-by-step guide, normally signing in and giving Sendible permission. If you've got more than one page, they'll appear here. Choose some posting preferences, and lastly, would you like to receive alerts in your priority inbox, which is on Sendible by email or none at all. So if I click save settings, I'd now be able to post to that page, and it's similar setup for all of the platforms. A bit more information when it comes to Instagram, because there's 2 separate Instagram. There's Instagram Business, where you can post normal photos and videos and even carousels, and then there's a separate Instagram reminder just for stories. So we can't publish stories directly from Sendible. You can schedule them from here, but you still would have to push them live from Instagram. All other Instagram messages can go directly from Sendible out to Instagram, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. If you want to save on the number of profiles in your account, you can share profiles between one user and another, and they will still only count as one profile. So say I want somebody else to be able to manage my Facebook page. It's good for security reasons as well. So I want my colleague to be able to manage my page, but they don't have access on Facebook directly. And then if I want to take away access, I just simply do that. Maybe you're on holiday and you've come back, take away access. So it's a nice way to keep things just inside the Sendible dashboard and not having to make anybody an admin on Facebook itself. And that really is the setup of the user accounts and profiles. I will pause about 30 seconds to see if there's any questions. And next I'm going to move on to publishing and sending messages. So the publish section over here contains your calendar, your scheduled messages, queues, sent messages, undelivered drafts, and tasks. But the main part of publish really is your compose box. So from here, you can easily post to one page at a time, or you might want to post to multiple Facebook pages, for example. What I'm going to show you instead is just the Smart Post functionality. So it allows you to post similar pieces of content across multiple social platforms, but slightly edit them based on the rules of each platform. So in this example, I want to post similar content to a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Already I can see an error message here with LinkedIn. That's one of the good things about Sendible. It warns you before you try and post if something's wrong. So in this case, it's telling me to reconnect. So rather than reconnect live, now I will I will just Sorry, I will just close it down just so we don't have to wait as I reconnect. So in this case, we'll just post to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So you type the original message in here. So if you want a link or an image to be across all your platforms, you copy and paste it in here. So in this case, I'll just grab a link from our blog site. And I copy and paste it in there. And then I can click through onto Facebook tab and customize it based on Facebook's needs. So maybe I'll tag in a page that I know on Facebook that I want to tag in, my customer or whatever it is. And then on Twitter, you might want to have the link, but with some hashtags. We do actually recommend some hashtags for you as well that are trending currently. And you can put in emojis or whatever needs to be here. You'll see there's a warning message at Instagram because Instagram must have an image or a video, and you probably want to take out the link. If you want, you could add that link in the first comment below. So we've got lots of options to add images or videos. So from your computer files, you can add them. You can search online. One really nice feature is the media library. So we store any image you've ever used so you can reuse them. You can also upload from Dropbox, Google Drive, Canva. If you use Canva, you can log into your Canva account. Currently, you can search for Flickr, but we're about to add Giphy and Unsplash as well, or you can add a YouTube link. In this case, I'll just grab an image I've already used. Now, if this was the wrong size, we'd warn you. It's the wrong size for any platform, and then you can use our own image editor to correct it. So this is fine, but maybe for Instagram Square, that wouldn't be correct. So I'd move it across like that. I could add in filters, text, stickers, whatever I needed. It's Instagram, so I probably want to add some emojis and you can tag the location you're posting from. And you can add your first comment. So I mentioned earlier, you can put links in here or maybe just hashtags to get the trending started. Before you post, you can preview what it's likely to look like on each platform before you send. And that's really how you'd post a message to one or multiple platforms, but by slightly customizing it. Next, I'm going to show you how we deal with videos and Instagram Reels. So to do that, I'm just going to start a new compose box. Okay, so let me choose Instagram and upload a video. I know I had it saved here, but it's just gone now. So let me just find that. Okay, that video is gone. No problem. Let me just go to videos there. Okay. Now, this is the video. I will just upload it to Sendible. Okay, so I can write my caption here. I can even choose which thumbnail I want to use. And if I click on edit, put a tag if it's YouTube videos. You've got separate options here. And this is where you decide if you want to post as a video or as a reel. And if you post as a reel, you can also choose to share it in your feed. So you've really got all the options when it comes to videos and reels. Okay, so let me just stop the screen share while I see if there's any questions. Can we perform a function like, can Sendible perform functions like MailChimp? MailChimp is really email functionality, which we don't have any on Sendible. Okay, so when you do schedule a message, it's going to appear in your calendar. So you'll have your sent messages, your scheduled messages, and you can filter by you, or if you want to look at your team members or clients, you can look at as well, or you can look at your previously sent messages. If you're stuck for content, you can search for content under suggested content. So the main bit is sort of hidden over here on the right hand side. So say you want to post about food. So you just type in that. You can narrow it down by being a bit more specific. If this is something, for example, you wanted to post about, then click on that and then you can share it straight away or schedule for another time. So of course you can schedule a message at any time. Doesn't matter what type of message. And then you can save that topic for future reference. Another way to get content is if you're already using a source like an RSS feed or a blog site, you can type that in here and retrieve those articles directly in Sendible, and then see if they are worth sharing one at a time from here. Or you can even automate that process. Take from that feed, post to my Facebook page once a day, for example. The last bit of the content is your content library, where you can store content, images, hashtags, canned responses. And this feature is only available on the scale plan and above. Next is activity. So activity is where you read and respond to inbound messages and comments. There's two main parts: priority inbox. So if you remember at the start when I showed you how to add a profile, it said, would you like to receive new alerts in your priority inbox? So it's going to be a mix of the social profiles that you've chosen to come into your priority inbox. So it's going to be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you wanted to come in there. You can filter them down if you like, and depending on the tool, you'll have like a retweet or a like functionality, whatever it may be, and of course reply. So you can reply to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Currently you're not able to reply directly to Instagram, but we're working on that. If you want it in real time, we automatically add the social feeds. From here you can reply, like, comment. In Facebook you get a direct messenger feed as well, and LinkedIn you'll get your page. As I mentioned, you can't reply directly or comment on Instagram. We are working on that. It will actually bring you outside of Instagram here if you need to reply. And that is the two main activity sections. We do have basic keyword monitoring, where you can set up a keyword alert for a term that you want to monitor. And there is some simple sentiment analysis, which will tell you if the general tone of the message is positive, negative, or neutral. So there are tools on the market that charge a lot of money for really in-depth results. Ours is just sort of top line results. So if you need every single mention, this is not the right place. If you just want to get a top line of what people are talking about, you can do that here. The last thing I want to show you is reporting, but I will pause to see if there's any more questions. Doesn't seem to be, but I can always get back at the end and answer any that come in. So there's two main parts of reports. There's these pre-built reports that come with every plan, or the customized reports that you can build in the report builder. The pre-built reports are enough for most people, and there's 8 pre-built reports here. Engagement is going to be top-line engagement metrics across all the social profiles that you've added to your user account. A very useful top-line engagement report. And then you can click through on the major social networks and run a pre-built report. So for example, on Facebook, this Facebook pre-built report is going to contain the 15 most used graphs that our users like to have here. But you can't customize it or anything like that in this option. If you have the scale planner above, you can customize reports. Also, it takes the scale plan and above to make you able to email this or automate it or even save it. As a workaround, if you wanted to, you could go to print it instead of a printed, save it as a PDF, which could save you actually upgrading to the next plan. But if you want to customize reports, you would have to have the next plan up. So the scale plan and above, expansion plan. What's cool about the customized reports is that you can either start from a blank report or use one of these nice pre-built reports and just build on top of it. So in that case, I'm going to do that here. So let's say I want to build a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter report. Now transfer those nice 15 Facebook graphs over into the report builder. And I've got a couple of options. So if I think I've got too many Facebook reports here, I can delete some of them. Or if I don't think I've got Facebook covered yet, I can look for that same Facebook page here and add more metrics. So there's another, I think 60 graphs that are not in the pre-built report are available here. So let's say this one I want to add, and this one. But then I want to move on to Instagram because I said Facebook, Instagram. So then I look into Instagram for the same brand and choose what's important to me, my boss, my clients, and add that in here. Before I move on, I'm going to separate the profile headers. So then it separates the Instagram from the Twitter reporting. I'm going to add Twitter metrics that are important in here now. And then finally finish with a profile header. So now I've got this totally custom report ready to go. And my options are to share it with somebody else on my team. But what most people like the best is that you can set it up to email as many people as you like. They don't have to be users on Sendible, with a subject and a message. And then we automate an updated version of this report to go out daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. So most people use the monthly or the quarterly options to update other people with these metrics. So spend 30 minutes building a report, and then forever going forward, as long as you're got a Sendible account, we'll customize the delivery of that report. So that is a quick tour and training session of the main features on Sendible. Before we go, I do want to show you how to get help. So we'll have some announcements here. You can see video walkthroughs of the main features that I showed you. Will just pop up right inside the dashboard. And then if you want to get hold of our support team, just click here.